Me and Thomas just got back from Pennsylvania doing a run of shows with Secret Keeper, and we have come back to a shop full of a bunch of new guitars. Stick around until the end, as the last one is one of my favorite acoustics that we've gotten in a long time. So we were just getting set up to do a quick episode of Fresh Finds earlier today, and then I received 2 texts with 2 people saying they have some stuff. We acquired a bunch more stuff, and now we're going to do a really big Fresh Find. So we've got some cool ones. Let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna start pretty strong here. This is a vintage Gibson Les Paul, as you can probably guess. This is a Gibson Les Paul Artisan. I believe this one is from 1976, which would be the first year of them making this model. Oddly enough, the serial dates it to like 74 to 75, but they didn't make the Artisan yet, so I can only assume that it is probably from 76 or 77 even. But this thing is awesome. It's certainly not mint. You've got some wear back here, but this thing plays incredible and it sounds even better. This is just, I mean, this is as tricked out as it gets. Gold hardware, gorgeous board, lots of patina throughout, triple pickups. I mean, come on, what's not to love here? This is a really cool piece, and very, very grateful to come across this one. We'll go right here next. Keeping with the Gibson theme, as you can see, here we have a very cool 76 Reissue Explorer. This one is from the 90s. This gorgeous dark cherry, which I really, really like. From 1997. Still has the classic style Gibson tuners there, so that's always cool. But for its age, this thing is in really, really nice shape. Sounds really great. It's been very well taken care of, and it's a great Explorer. This is cool. Is it gonna be in tune? Not today. So switching gears a little bit here, this is the one I think it is. A lot of stuff this week did not have a case or a bag, so they ended up in flash flood bags. We have a Fender Aerodyne Telecaster, which is a very hard to find guitar on its own. But this is one that we've actually had before and has now come back to us. Oh man, I don't even know, probably 4 or 5 years ago, when I first met my friend Dan, who plays in a band Against the Current, who I've now gone on to tour with and stuff. When I first met him, he was changing out some stuff in his rig, and he sold me this and a bunch of other cool stuff. I got into the shop, and pretty immediately, Kyle, the singer of our band Secret Keeper, me and Thomas, Thomas is behind the camera, but our singer Kyle pretty much immediately bought this guitar from us, and he really enjoyed it for a while, and then recently he came to me saying, hey, I want more of a traditional Telecaster, and this is obviously not traditional at all. I mean, you've got, this one's modded, so it actually has this Duncan Little 59 in the bridge, P90 in the neck, all gold hardware, so definitely an interesting guitar from that. But he wanted something more traditional. We made it happen, and now we have this one back, and I'm sure it's gonna go quick, as these are pretty hard to find guitars. And while this one is pretty modded out, I think it was some very tasteful mods, so I'm sure the next person who has this will enjoy it.
It's a coil tap too.
Oh yeah, it does. We had that installed back when Kyle first got it. Oh, this one's crazy. So Gibson case, but here we have a very high spec and extremely minty Tokai. This is the LS212. This is one of the highest spec Love Rock guitars they make, which are extremely faithful reissues to the classic Les Paul bursts. This one's kind of unique because it has more of like a matte finish to it, but has this really, really cool flame. Let's say right there, lacquer finish throughout, which is really cool. And this thing's awesome. I know a lot of people see these Tokais and they immediately start comparing them to, like, you know, your Gibson Les Paul standard of that year. But I think the better benchmark for these is really like the custom shop stuff, as these really are kind of a step above your just standard Les Paul. It has factory aged hardware, which is pretty cool. So some nice patina there, nice fretboard, and it's tough to find a Les Paul style guitar that's as crazy as this one. Very, very grateful that we came across this one. It's really hard to find Tokai stuff right now, so anytime we can do it, we jump on it, and this is a good one. And you get a Gibson case with it. This is cool, and this is the kind of stuff that you guys are always saying we need to do more of. Here we have not a Fender or a Gibson, we have a Charvel, obviously in a Strat style, and this thing is really, really fun. I love this mocha finish. This is a nice blend of like vintage and modern. It's still very shreddy, but obviously vintage appointments aesthetically. And it's a great player. Nice thin neck, so we love that. And it's in pretty nice shape overall too. It's definitely been well taken care of. This one is made in Japan, I think in the 90s, something like that. So it's an older one, but it's been taken care of, so ready for lots more play. Over here, we have one of the older Epiphone Casino reissues. Yeah, I think we figured out this was a 98 Peerless factory, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this thing plays really, really well. Pickups sound great. Stays in tune really nicely too, which is great. But these are cool. They're a nice step up from the ones they're making now. I do actually really like the Casino reissues they're making now, and especially for the price point. They're really, really good. But if you want to do a nice little step up from that, just in wood choice, craftsmanship, fit and finish, these are a really, really great option. They don't run as much as the vintage Japanese-made ones, or of course the vintage American ones, but I think the quality is right up there. So check out these Peerless ones if you haven't. They're really, really cool. It's cool to see some stuff like this that was made in Korea start to finally get some prominence, as for a long time they did it. And now you're seeing a lot of higher-end guitars come out of South Korea. And there's a lot of people out there that know how to make great guitars there, so it is no surprise. This one came in like a week ago, and I was freaking out because it's really, really good. So here we have a traditional 60s Jazzmaster with a matching headstock. And this thing plays as good as it looks. Nice dark rosewood board. And this is just a really great straight up Jazzmaster. Very accurate vintage appointments. I like this one. It gets my full seal of approval, and as soon as I had the opportunity to get this one in, you had to do it. Which do we do next? Do you want to see leather bag? And we've got gold Gibson case. Which
comment below which one you want to see next.
Choose your own adventure. Which do you want?
Leather bag, because sometimes
hidden
gems.
You never know. This is a Yamaha SL600 Studio Lord in a really nice sunburst finish with, I think that's the original gig bag, but very, very cool vintage Japan-made Les Paul clone. This is a guitar that I did not know a lot about until maybe a year ago. I said a line of guitars I didn't know a lot about, and then people kept telling us, you gotta look out for the Yamaha Studio Lords. They're really, really good. And so sometimes we find the stuff you guys tell us to look for, and we get it if it's a good enough example. This thing played really well, and I said this looks like a good fit for us, and now it's here. Yeah, very cool. We love it. This is cool. I found this one recently. In Winter Park on a little excursion with my roommate, actually. This is an American-made Epiphone E160E, which is the John Lennon model that a lot of people are after, with the factory electronics with the knobs on top. You might love that, you might hate it. That is up to you. It's not for me, but functionally, I really like this guitar. It sounds really great. And aside from that, for me, this is gorgeous. This is what I would look for in acoustic, but this plays great. The fit and finish is really second to none on this thing. This is awesome. This blows away a lot of Gibson acoustics I've seen of the same era. This one was made in Montana, and there wasn't a lot of Epiphone guitars made there at the time. This one is from 1991 or 92. And they made these for the NAMM show in 92, as these were kind of prototypes, and they were going to do a production run of this model, and they never did. Gibson, for some reason, didn't give them the green light to do the Epiphone Montana series model for this. So this is one of only a handful of these. This is a really, really rare guitar. Aside from all that, it just sounds great. So very cool acoustic. Is this one in tune? It's closer. Very cool. All right, we'll continue with these bags over here. This one actually, in between pulling it for this video and shooting this video, ended up selling, but I'm gonna show you guys anyways. This is a Burny FLG-90 Super Grade. Once again, a Japan-made Les Paul clone with a very crazy flame top on here. So we love that. And someone decided to put EMGs in this, which is definitely a choice. Like I said, we've already sold this and I just talked to the buyer and they're going to be taking those out. This will not have EMGs for long, but nonetheless, this is a really, really cool guitar. It's got some cool wear too, lots of discoloration back here. So this thing has certainly been through it and has probably been well loved all along the way. Very cool, not a very original guitar or a very like clean guitar compared to a lot of the other ones, but play-wise, I mean, this is it. This is really, really cool. Oh, this is a pretty unique guitar. Staying with the Made in Japan theme, here is a really, really rare Fender Japan Telecaster Special, this thin line special, which comes stock with a tele pickup in the bridge, a tele neck pickup in the middle, and then a humbucker in the neck position. So this is very, very unique. When I first saw a picture of this, I'm like, there's no way, this has to be like modded. There's gotta be something weird going on here. But after doing the deep dive, this was a model they made in really, really limited production numbers. And usually when they pop up for sale, they go really, really quick. We just listed this one today, so we'll see how long it lasts. But very cool, sounds great. We love it. Solid telly with some very, very interesting specs. Here we have a vintage PVT 60, which is in really, really nice shape for its age. For those of you unaware, PV used to make a line of guitars and all of them were made in the States. They're all really, really cool, had some unique control layouts, had some interesting pickups, and this is no exception. Definitely on the heavier end for one of these, but very cool. These had really unique neck profiles, which I really like. This one in particular is really thin. You get the metal nut, so some people enjoy that. I think it's cool on this, I think it works. But yeah, very cool guitar. And I think one of the first videos that we ever did on this channel was showing a PVT 60, so it's always cool to see these come in. I've had a few now, and they're always a lot of fun. The last of the gig bags. Here we have a pink Fender jazz bass. This one did come in a while ago, so it may have made it on the channel, but it is just getting listed now. As I needed to go to Luthier for something. I think there was a pot that got replaced or something like that that we didn't end up doing in-house because we were just swamped. So this just came back from good old Tom Jacobs, and it's playing great, it's sounding great. And this is a great bass in a really cool color. So what's not to love? So this is a gold Gibson case, so you probably know what year this is from. Here we have a 2015 Gibson Les Paul Traditional. Very, very cool top. Very cool guitar. We have not gotten this one on the bench yet. But fortunately, this one does not have robot tuners. It has locking tuners, so very good mod. Also, you won't see this when it gets listed, but you've got your, what is this? Is that your tunings?
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna have to go away. All right, we got a Fender Tweed case. Before I even open this one, I'll just say, keeping with the theme of unnecessary EMG pickups, here we have a Fender American Original 50 Stratocaster with EMG pickups. So someone got creative. I don't know if we will, I don't know if we'll keep them or not. This is from the same person, clearly. This is from the same haul, so I assumed, so, but. You got your tunings back there, you're ready to go. But very, very cool Strat. We'll probably leave the EMGs as much as it's fun to roast these. They actually are really good sounding pickups for certain applications. So if that's you, this could be a good fit. I think what I'm probably gonna do here is go online and see how many other American Original 50 Strats in this color are out there. Because if there's a bunch that have stock pickups, then I'll probably just leave the EMGs in it to offer something a little different. But if this is a harder to find color, I really don't remember off the top of my head, then we'll probably find the correct pickups for it and just list that we put the pickups back. This one also has locking tuners, which was not original. It's got some modifications, but it's still a great Strat. And I'm sure these specs will actually be pretty desirable to somebody that this is what they're going for. Do we have any candy? Oh, we have all the case candy. Do you have any pickups? I don't think we do. We have a battery, we've got the tremolo arm, we've got your nitro finish handbook, so we love that. No pickups though. This has a Fender roller nut that has never been opened. They never installed it. What's in here? can probably cut this out. Oh, nice. You have the bridge cover too, so we love that. This is a good one. I feel like they've all been good ones today. We've actually had a pretty nice spread. Here we have a 1986 Gibson Les Paul Custom in Ferrari red. Doesn't get much better than that. This is cool. I love this neck profile too. It's kind of 59 to 60 territory. So it's pretty thin, but not too thin. Nice ebony board. Like the Artisan, lots of patina throughout. This one's got a little more wear. As you can see, they've actually worn through the red onto the white base coat there. Really cool Les Paul with lots of vibe. Ready for lots more play. This thing sounds crazy, as you would expect. This is a proper vintage Les Paul Custom. If that's your thing, you're probably into this. It's not too heavy. It's probably 8 to 9 pounds. Not bad. You love to see it. All right, we've got two more. Do this one first. Very heavy case, not normal sized case. This, yeah, he got the flame top Epiphone Double Neck SG. And you got the tag that at some point, this was at Mike and Mike's Guitar Bar. This did not come from Mike. This did not have anything to do with them. But we love Mike and Mike's Guitar Bar. If you haven't checked them out, you definitely should. They have a very cool YouTube channel with some good videos. They're very informational, so shout out to them. But did not get this from them. This came from somebody locally who must have bought it there. This one was made in Korea in 2011. And these are not easy to find. Very grateful to have found this one. It's got a nice hard case with it. Very cool find. This might be my favorite from this haul. I don't know, I have a lot of favorites in here. This is the very Alex guitar. You'll see why in a minute. Here we have a 1977 Gibson Hummingbird Custom in this gorgeous, very dark cherry red. This thing sounds incredible, and this is such a just cool guitar. The bridge was recently repaired by Tom Jacobs. That's why it's actually just coming in today. There's a small crack there, but it is the original bridge. It's just been repaired now. We also had the nut replaced, but otherwise, this guitar is very original, and it's just a really, really cool example. You also, of course, you get the original case, but you also get some of the original tags. You go. Another quality product from Norland. You get the letter, original key, and the gold Gibson instrument warranty card. So that's pretty fun. Look at that. You love to see stuff that's this well kept. It's always very cool. As always, we appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos. This was definitely one of my favorite episodes of Fresh Finds we've ever done, as there's just so many cool guitars that came in, not just today, but in the last couple weeks. Appreciate you guys as always. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite guitar was from this episode, and be on the lookout for more videos, as we got a bunch of really, really cool stuff coming out really soon. We'll see you guys in another video soon. Bye.